Right now at 10, a state child care subsidy program is helping providers stay open, but rural families still struggle to find the care they need.
And the La Crosse Regional Airport is on the hunt for a new director. Why their current one is stepping aside and who is stepping in the meantime.
Plus, the city's Board of Public Works adds banning camping at Grand River Station to its ordinance.
You're watching WKDT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
Life in prison. That's the sentence for the man who killed a woman in Chippewa County, then set the house on fire with the body inside. 59-year-old Scott Vanningen was sentenced in Chippewa County Court today. According to court documents, Vanningen was originally charged with first-degree intentional homicide, arson of a building without the owner's consent, mutilating a corpse, and felony bail jumping. Vanningen pled guilty by no contest to the first-degree homicide charge. The other charges were dropped but read into the court.
The judge sentenced him to life in prison. That will be served at the same time as the sentence he is currently serving. After 35 years, he will be eligible for extended supervision. Vanningen must also pay close to $150,000 in restitution to the victim's family. He is currently in custody at Green Bay Correctional.
The cold conditions continue to plague the Coulee region. Let's get the latest from our chief meteorologist, Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, we still got cold conditions, but not quite as cold as what we've had for the last couple days. So that's the good news for at least Wednesday and Thursday. But overall, if you look at temperatures right now, look out west. It used to be below zero, but right now in the Dakotas are actually above zero. So we do have a little bit of reprieve going on for the next few days. But overall, temperatures right around 0 to a few degrees above right now. If you look at the feel-like temperature, the wind chill, generally around 10 to 15 occasionally. Some of the higher areas are towards northeast Iowa where they're in the 20s, but overall not as bad as we had. We have a little bit of a system to the north pushing more cloud cover. We'll see more of that the next days. Otherwise, the pattern will begin to change a little bit. For tomorrow, we might actually get up to 10. You see those wind chills not quite as bad. We'll actually be getting just below 0 wind chills as we approach the noon hour for La Crosse. Once again, the same story for Eau Claire with a few more high clouds out there. We'll get up almost to 10 by noon, so that is an improvement. And the wind chill also is an improvement too. You'll still need that max coffee for probably a couple more days, that warmth, and then we'll see even chillier conditions. But we got a big transformation in the pattern coming potentially next week. If you don't like the cold, I think we'll be above freezing potentially next week. So that's the positive news for people that don't want the cold.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Greg.
Well, the La Crosse Regional Airport is on the search for a new director after their former director handed in his resignation.
The Aviation Board held a meeting this afternoon to discuss the update on the search. News 8 Now's Shaquille Davis has more on the story. Shaq?
Ken, Emily, Ian Turner served the regional airport for almost 5 years. Today's meeting was about showing appreciation for the past and a look towards the future.
I'd like to hand Ian this Award of Excellence here for his service as La Crosse Regional Airport Director for the last 5 years. And thank you.
Ian Turner's last day as airport director will be January 17th. He says he will spend his last day with Deputy Director Lauren Koss, making sure she has everything she needs for her new interim role.
And I can't say enough positive things about Lauren. She's very capable. She's going to do amazing things.
City Council member Tamara Dickinson will be part of the panel that searches for a new director. She says that they will have several meetings in February to help the process.
We should be making a decision in the month of March. And by the end of March, we are hoping to make our decision, and then it goes before the council for approval.
So far, they have 9 applications. The search started on January 3rd and will close on January 28th. The goal is to announce a new hire who will hopefully start working in mid-April. Dickinson wants someone who has obviously done this job before, but is specific on what qualities she's looking for in the new director.
I want someone just like Ian Turner.
I think what sets me apart from my peers is that I'm not afraid to tackle problems. I do that from a position of collaboration. I try to work with every moving gear in a problem and address them.
Turner says he's done this over the years by presenting a well-thought-out solution that won't have consequences in the long run. He also says he's big on building relationships, so he always is one call away.
There are things that will inevitably require them to call me, and I'll be available. Just because tomorrow's my last day doesn't mean I haven't sunk a whole lot of blood, sweat, and tears into some of the things that this airport's tackling. So I will continue to be a resource for everybody here in La Crosse.
Turner says this was a tough decision, but at the end of the day, it came down to family. He will be returning home for a new job, Executive Director of the Idaho Falls Regional Airport. Ken, Emily.
All right, thank you, Shaq.
The La Crosse County Sheriff's Office will grow its ranks this year. The county has approved 2 more full-time deputy positions after working with Sheriff Siegel for the past year on long-term goals. The Sheriff's Office splits the county into 3 patrol sections, and 3 deputies each take 1 section during an 8-hour shift. Siegel says his goal is to have 4 deputies on a shift all the time, so those patrol sections can shrink a little bit and improve response times. He says one of the new positions could allow veteran deputies to connect more with towns who don't have their own police force.
One of our hopes from this position is that they will be a liaison also with the communities. The county is going to continue to grow. Expectations from our community are going to continue to grow, and we want to make sure that we're growing with that.
Siegel says that community-oriented position would have deputies increase their presence in areas like Bryce Prairie with no police force. He adds that with 4 other current openings, he could make up to 6 new hires this year.
The Stevens Point candidate for Congress has picked up a key La Crosse endorsement. Assemblyman Steve Doyle is supporting Assemblywoman Katrina Shankland's bid for Wisconsin's 3rd District. Doyle sits next to Shankland in Madison's assembly. In a statement that Shankland's campaign posted, Doyle said Shankland delivers results, is tough, focused, and tireless. Doyle previously endorsed La Crosse native Tara Johnson, but Johnson dropped out last week. Shankland is running against Eau Claire's Rebecca Cook and Eric Wilson for the Democratic nomination to face Derek Van Orden.
Homeless residents in the city of La Crosse can no longer camp in the main bus depot. That's after a vote this morning from the Board of Public Works.
According to the board, the decision to ban camping at Grand River Station is to help commuters who use public transit. Director of Transit Adam Lawrence says last weekend security had to stop a box spring mattress from coming into the busway where people sit and wait for buses. Lawrence tells News 8 Now camping has been more of a concern the past couple of months and has impacted the safety of bus drivers.
And perhaps in response to that vote this morning, city officials are going to be opening the emergency warming shelter tomorrow from 8 a.m. to noon. Now, that shelter near the intersection of 3rd and La Crosse Street, that is not an overnight shelter. So we've got more details on what's being offered there, as well as overnight options on our digital platforms. Licensed Wisconsinites could conceal carry a gun into a church on private school grounds. That's if a new Republican bill makes it through Madison. Current law doesn't ban guns in places of worship, but they are banned on school grounds. So this bill would allow a gun into the school's place of worship as long as there are no classes going on at the time or when the space is being used for a special event. Altoona Senator Jesse James and Mondovi Representative Trig Pronshinsky are co-sponsoring this bill. They say it fixes a gap in the state's concealed carry law.
This hole in our current law has made religious places vulnerable targets at a time when religious hate crimes are on the rise.
The people have a right to be able to protect themselves, and the governing body, it's an opt-in, has to approve this and say that it is okay. They also have the right to say no.
Republicans tried a similar bill last session, but the governor vetoed it, saying it won't improve public safety and, quote, could only further endanger our kids.
The Wisconsin Senate has passed a bill allowing private businesses to offer electric vehicle charging stations. Current law says the Public Service Commission can regulate anyone with an EV charging station as a public utility. This bill allows private businesses to charge customers for EV charging and adds a 3 cents per kilowatt hour tax. The bill passed the Senate by a vote of 30-2. All Coulee Region senators voted yes.
An extension to child care counts is helping providers keep their doors open.
But with payments slashed in half, retaining staff is becoming harder, and parents are facing long waiting lists.
Hardee's Double Deals start at $2.99. Choose a double cheeseburger, bacon double cheeseburger, or new barbecue bacon double cheeseburger. $2.99 never looks so good. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Does your home have a crawl space? When cold weather arrives, that can mean cold floors, frozen pipes, and higher energy bills. Protect your family and keep the cold air out this winter with Expert Crawl Space Sealing by American Waterworks. Sealing keeps your crawl space clean, protects pipes, and insulates your home, so floors are warmer and energy bills are lower. A sealed crawl space means a nicer home. Don't wait. Call American Waterworks today.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Dude, it's 85 degrees.
85? Do you have any idea what a couple degrees will do to our gas bill?
Why is it so hot here?
Someone turned up the heat.
What do you think you're doing?
I like to sleep with my window open. You are not supposed to touch a thermostat.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
A state child care subsidy program was on the brink of ending until Governor Tony Evers found $170 million in federal money to keep it running for another year and a half. But those payments now are half of what they used to be.
News 8 Now's Allison Fergit joins us now with the problems that continue to plague both providers and parents.
Ken and Emily, demand for childcare is high everywhere, but especially in rural Wisconsin. Providers are doing their best to help, but obstacles remain in their way.
For many kids, their child care center is their home away from home. But for many rural Wisconsin families, finding a center is an uphill battle.
When we first had my son, we didn't have any child care, so for a while I was out of work.
For Emily Cecil and her family, childcare was an expensive option, but something they desperately needed.
It's just very hard financially to find daycare because we couldn't afford for me not to work, but we couldn't afford for him to be in daycare full time when I did work. We had my mother-in-law drive 2 hours one way to watch him a couple days a week.
Cecil says her son was 2.5 before he started daycare.
When we found Learning Wagon, that checked off all of our boxes.
Cecil was able to get a part-time spot at one of Rockland, Wisconsin's 2 child care centers.
We know expensive it is to have child care, so we're trying to be affordable but also be high quality for families as well.
Josie Wermager opened her center out of her home around 2 years ago, and demand continues to be high.
Waitlist is well over 30 right now.
She recently received a grant from La Crosse County to expand her child care center from 8 to 18 kids. She'll be remodeling her basement to add more room, but space is the least of most providers' worries.
Finding workers that want to work and not have such high turnaround.
And Wermager says with reduced child care counts payments, providers struggle to hang on to their staff.
Now it's harder to have health insurance. You don't have a 401k. The rates aren't as much when you can go work somewhere else for $18 an hour and do less work.
And if current providers can't grow, parents may never get off the wait list.
There is a Sparta Moms group where every single day someone is posting for childcare.
Wermager is planning to host a fundraiser so her center can start working on their expansion plans sooner rather than later. We'll have more information on that fundraiser posted on our platforms. Ken and Emily.
Allison, it's an ongoing issue. Thank you very much. Well, with Iowa in the bag, many of the GOP candidates now look toward the New Hampshire primary.
But the frontrunner and former president took a detour and appeared in court today. The latest on his defamation lawsuit after the break.
And we definitely have a transformation coming next week. Until we get there, we're still going to deal with some cold temperatures, but we could see some 30s, maybe even 40s next week. I'll break down all what to expect, including if we see any precipitation with that, coming up next on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
We've done many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
In America, every day can be an adventure. That's why we created the Ford Explorer, an SUV for adventures big and small. It's designed to see what you can't with an available 360-degree camera and voice-activated Sync 3 to stay connected. Plus, it's the all-time best-selling SUV in America. Be adventure ready with Ford Explorer. Now, get a new 2023 Ford Explorer with 1.9% financing for 66 months, plus $3,000 flex by cash. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Hey man, thanks for holding my beer.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks guys. I'll be here all night. You see that?
What?
Hey, what's up? Not much.
I'm gonna need another beer. I swear, you're everywhere.
Yeah man, I've been busy.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
The Board Store Home Improvements. Everyday low prices on bathroom remodels for seniors and families. Contact us today for a prompt, free estimate. Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Former President Trump spent his day in another New York courtroom.
This time for a civil defamation trial. Jury selection and opening statements began in a second civil trial concerning comments Trump made about writer E. Jean Carroll. Last spring, a jury found Trump liable for sexually abusing Carroll and defamation for comments he posted on social media in 2022.
The jury awarded her $5 million. Carroll claims Trump sexually assaulted her in a New York City department store in the 1990s.
He did it. We won. Donald Trump is guilty.
This new case focuses on comments Trump made about Carroll in 2019 when he was president. Judge Lewis Kaplan has already ruled that Trump defamed Carroll, so the jury's only job is to determine how much he owes her. Carroll is seeking $10 million.
The judge has set strict limits on what Trump can say if he testifies. That includes denying that he sexually abused Carroll. Those restrictions do not apply outside the presence of the jury.
Well, get ready, everyone, because we've got a warm-up coming.
Of sorts.
Expected to be in the teens. Let's send it over to Greg to see how high those temps will be and for how long.
Yeah, we still got about several days to come, but next week things do look a little bit different. Temperature's going to go up, humidity level's going to go up, and rain and snow chances, unfortunately, are going to go up too, and it might be in the form of rain instead of snow, how things play out. But we are going to see a break from the Arctic air. It's actually going to get pushed well to the north. If you look at all the climate prediction forecasts from 6 to 10, 8 to 14 day, and 3 to 4 week, generally the trend is above average, more confident and above average, and wet, especially as you go further south. So depending if that's going to be rain or snow, that's probably be the big question going into next week. But for tomorrow, it's still going to start off below zero, but throughout the day, we should climb up to about 10, 11, 12 degrees. Cloud cover will start thickening up a little bit in the afternoon, especially further south you go. We're going to have a little bit of a system pass just to the south. You'll see a little bit of snow coming close to the southern borders of Wisconsin as we get towards tomorrow night. But overall, more cloud cover. So as we go tomorrow evening, it should be warmer still going into Thursday. So we're going to see a couple days. Wind chills in the morning, 15 to 20. There could be a few isolated spots near 25. But as we go through tomorrow, it's really just going to be about 0 to 5, maybe 10 at times. So the wind chill won't be as bad. The winds will be lighter. So all in all, it's going to be an improvement of a day. Still well below average what we should be seeing for this time of year. But the good story is we're going to see somewhat of a break. I spoke about that system to the south. It's going to pass through there. And here's the snow that'll kind of push east across the area. Now, right now, a lot of it seems to be staying to the south, but there is an opportunity come Thursday night into Friday morning as another weak wave comes down to give us a little bit of snow with that. It'll be late Thursday afternoon through Thursday night, potentially lingering to Friday morning. Won't amount to much, but it'll be light and fluffy given that the temperatures will be probably in the single digits. Beyond that, once we get past Friday, we're going to have a cold start to the weekend behind this. So one more shot of Arctic air, then things begin to change. The pattern begins to shift from really west to east. So as we go into Sunday and Monday, we're going to start seeing the winds come out of the south. We're also going to see the moisture begin to increase, and then we're going to have to watch the systems. There's going to be a couple of them next week that are going to lift northeast towards the area. Right now, kind of hedging more towards the rain eventually, but we'll see if that changes. So after Monday, we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we could see some wet conditions, and potentially temperatures will be above freezing for the whole time, including overnight. Looking at temperatures, we're losing the blue eventually to the weekend, and we're actually gaining some pink, which means above average. Average temperature right now should be on the middle 20s, so we're looking probably close to 30s by Sunday and Monday. The only issue with this is we got a lot of snowpack on the ground, and that can play a factor in keeping those temperatures a little bit colder than what you would expect. So we'll see what happens with that. But for tonight, we're looking at temperatures getting back down to the single digits. Once again, wind chills potentially down to 20 below at times. Tomorrow, we'll see temperatures getting up to about the 10, 11, 12 degree mark. And then as we go into the 8-day forecast, we see that we drop quickly back down to the teens below zero after that chance of snow Thursday night, Friday. And then things get more interesting as we go into next week. Once again, it could be wet, it could be foggy, it's going to be kind of a mess. It could be just well to pay attention to what goes on with that.
All right.
We will. All right. Thank you, Greg.
Coming up next in sports, conference showdowns tonight on the hardwood. Onalaska and Aquinas going head-to-head, plus the top two teams in the Cooley Conference clashing in West Salem. Rob's got the highlights next.
It's time for the King Furniture 72-hour sale. So for 72 hours, everything in our store is going to be on sale. Incredible markdowns throughout our entire showroom. It's the King Furniture 72-hour sale. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
Hy-Vee hot deals are burning hot. Halo's Mandarins, $3.88 for a 3-pound bag. Hy-Vee Angus Reserve Chuck Roast, $4.99 a pound. And Lay's Kettle Cooked or Munchies, $1.99 each when you buy 3. Only at Hy-Vee.
My skin has been so much smoother, so much more hydrated. It's Olay.
With Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash, 95% of women had visibly better skin.
And my skin is so much more moisturized.
See the difference with Olay.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
Save every day with Hy-Vee Perks prices. Hy-Vee shredded cheese, Hy-Vee Perks price $1.99. Gala apples, Hy-Vee Perks price $1.48 a pound. And Hy-Vee Chunk Light Tuna, Hy-Vee Perks price 77 cents. Sign up for Hy-Vee Perks today.
It's time for the King Furniture 72-hour sale. So for 72 hours, everything in our store is going to be on sale. Incredible markdowns throughout our entire showroom. It's the King Furniture 72-hour sale. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Some big-time heavyweight matchups tonight on the hardwood. A couple of good ones over at Onalaska, but we'll start with two rivals sitting atop the Cooley Conference. Let's go to West Salem. Panthers hosting rival GET, two of the best seniors in the region, going head-to-head, but it was the sophomore with the hot hand early on. Mason Brown buries the three. GET up 2. Other end, Joe Sullivan going to work. He gets the teardrop to fall. Panthers go up 3. That's when the back-to-back Cooley Conference Player of the Year starts heating up. Cody Schmitz, count it, plus the foul. GET back in front. Panthers punch back. Nathan Carr knocks down the 3. West Salem takes a 5-point lead. Red Hawks respond. Braden Anabas from way downtown. You bet. GET within 3 at the break. And the visitors carrying that momentum into the second half. Schmitz strong to the hole, hoop and the harm. Game high 30 on the night. He's got that look in his eye. Red Hawks regain the lead, but Henderson had that look as well. The senior catches fire from downtown. Back-to-back threes for Henderson. He finished with 22 in this one. Then later in the half, great find down low to Hudson Hendrickson. Panthers pull ahead by 12. West Salem hangs on for the win over the rival Red Hawks, 85-77. In the MVC, 8-4 Onalaska hosting 11-1 Aquinas. This game had it all, starting with Walter Burns. Spin move high off the glass and in. Blue Golds with the early lead. Hilltoppers not going anywhere. Ian Cole finds Evan Anderson, who throws down the big two-handed slam. Onalaska trails by 5 at the half. Second half, Hilltoppers catch fire. Cole finds Anderson again. Anderson, big-time dunk. He finished with 21. Then it was the sharpshooting Isaac Skemp in the corner. That's good for 3, but he was not done. How about another one? Money. Hilltoppers run away with it 60-49. They remain undefeated in conference play. Same matchup, but on the girls' side, Aquinas trying to stay undefeated in the MVC. Pick it up second half. Blue Golds with the ball movement. Maddie Murphy finds Emma Dobbins in the corner. She's going to knock down the 3. Aquinas in front. Hilltoppers not backing down. Anna Skemp with the court vision finds Jenna Ganson all alone for the easy 2. Anna within 4. Later, Claire Pedretti hits the pump fake, then lets it go from deep. Cash. Onalaska pulls within 1, but the Blue Golds would lock in. Samantha Davis, top of the key, driving to the hoop, off the glass, gets it to go. Then it's Ava Fernholz. She goes to the cup, puts up the circus shot, and it falls. Hilltoppers keep it close, but the Blue Golds get the win, 60-55. Girls basketball, Logan tonight. Rangers taking on West Salem. Megan Johnson for the Panthers is going to put this one in early on. West Salem off to a hot start on the road. Then later in the half, it's Addie Ferguson laying it up and in. Panthers go up 15-8 early on. Then later, Johnson again barreling down the court, off the glass and in. Johnson eclipses the 1,000-point milestone in her high school career. West Salem rolls to the win, 63-33. Now for some hockey, the Avalanche hosting Thomas Sparta at the Omni Center. Second period action. Avs up by 1. Parker Holloway tips it in. That's going to tie the game. But the Avs respond quickly. Owen Hone rips a wrist shot that gets deflected in. Avs take the lead. They weren't done. Casey Keene there to clean up the rebound with a slick one-timer. Aquinas Holman gets the win, 3-1. Over in La Crescent, the Lancers taking on Faribault. First goal of the night comes quick for La Crescent. Ethan Myrie is going to bury it away on a 2-on-1. Then later on, brushing off the defender, it's Noah Gillette. Gets his first goal of the night. It makes it 2-0. La Crescent, Gillette, later on, is going to lay out the pass for Myrie. He rips it top shelf. Scoring did not stop after 2 more goals. It's Asher Voves getting his hand on a rebound. 6 unanswered in the first. Lancers take down the Falcons 10-2 the final. What a night. What a night of high school action.
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
have
Great
to
stuff.
ask this. Is there as much fighting in high school games as there are in the pro
In hockey?
games?
I haven't seen it. I don't think it's
Pretty much no.
I hope
No,
not.
okay.
We're a family show here at Disney.
Yeah, absolutely. Rob, thank you.
All right, more news after this.
Ashley's New Year's sale is extended. It's your last chance to shop Hot Buys for every room of your home. And right now you can shop new collections with 0% interest through January 2029 in-store only. Celebrate and save today. Only at Ashley.
With 6 crunchy beef tacos plus a pound of potato olays, our 6-pack in a pound is perfect for date night, movie night, 1,000-piece puzzle night, camping, tailgates, or any day that ends in Y. Get $2 off the 6-pack and a pound. Only from Taco John's.
News 8 Now presents Center Stage, powered by Maury's. Now, what we want to talk to everybody about is the Center Stage program.
Maury's is proud to partner up and really support nonprofits in our community.
A lot of these places don't have a budget to advertise with. So Maury's stepped out and said, we're going to donate this time and we're going to let the community know.
We have 7 great stores that are participating, which is all in the Cooley region. So there's a lot of opportunity to help these nonprofits.
And we'll see you on the next Center Stage, brought to you by Maury's.
Become a certified direct care professional for free.
Being a direct care provider is a great job. It's motivation to get up and come back because somebody's counting on me.
Direct care workers are essential. They help someone with a disability be seen as a neighbor.
I really wake up every day excited to go to work.
This is something that I'm very passionate about. I want to have a career in this.
Become a CDCP today for free. Sign up at wiscaregivercdcp.com.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone from US Cellular.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Ashley's New Year's mattress sale is extended with 0% interest through January 2029 on in-store mattress purchases. Get 50% off select Sealy mattresses or 25% off select Ashley Sleep mattresses. Only at Ashley.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
The public was invited to a free event to meet Dr. King this afternoon at the Onalaska Public Library.
The 45-minute play was performed by Bright Star Touring Theater, a group that travels all over the world to share stories with young audiences. Meet Dr. King was about the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the work he did as a civil rights leader.
The show introduces children to concepts like freedom, integration, and equality. The actors in the show said they wanted to emphasize to children that they too can stand up for what they believe in and make a difference. We'll be right back after this.
When the insurance company sees Bygolf and Rohde on the other side, they know they're in for a fight. It's your life, but it's our fight. And they know that if they're not being fair with us, they will find themselves in court, and that's how Bygolf and Rohde gets results for its clients.
I'm Kelly Wild. It's 102.7 WKBH. When my grandmother passed away, my mom gifted me with her Bohemian cookbook. I found one recipe for a soup, and written on top of it, in my grandmother's beautiful handwriting, was, "She really loves this." So I cook up a small batch, bring it over to my mom, and she says, "What is this?" I said, "It's your favorite soup from Grandma Paulda's cookbook." Then my mom said she would make this for her dog Ginger when she couldn't go to the bathroom.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-6922. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-6922 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day.
Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
If you've been in a serious accident, you need a serious legal team. By Goff and Rohde is the Western Wisconsin powerhouse. Attorneys who won't settle for less than you deserve. Call By Goff and Rohde.
All right, as more snowmobile trails definitely start opening up, especially further south you go. Snowmobile forecast won't be as bad tomorrow with the wind. That's the one nice thing. Powder conditions, but once again, still cold out there. And then we do have a little bit of snow coming Thursday night and Friday, very light and fluffy, and then it gets cold Friday night and Saturday. And then next week, it gets a little bit interesting with the temperatures climbing back up and getting
Snowmobile.
warmer.
Have you ridden a snowmobile, you guys?
Not yet.
Not
Plenty
once.
times.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah. Sounds like we all need to do it. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.